What if Apple is preparing a major new Apple TV 4K? Not because the outside is changing dramatically, but because the real upgrades could be happening inside. The latest reports point to a faster Apple-designed chip, newer wireless connectivity, and a closer connection with Apple's next-generation Siri. But before we get into the details, there is one important thing to understand. Apple has not officially announced the new Apple TV 4K yet. Its final specifications, exact release date, and launch price have not been officially confirmed. So in this video, we are separating Apple's confirmed information from the latest reports and rumors. Let's start with the Apple TV 4K itself. The next generation model is reportedly in development for 2026, and current reporting suggests that Apple is preparing an internal hardware upgrade while keeping the exterior design very similar to the current Apple TV. In other words, if these reports are accurate, this may be an upgrade that looks familiar from the outside, but is significantly more powerful inside. The biggest reported change is the processor. Multiple reports say Apple is planning an A17 Pro chip for the next Apple TV 4K. If that turns out to be correct, it would give the device a substantial performance upgrade compared with the A15 Bionic used in the current model. The A17 Pro is a 3nm chip with stronger CPU and GPU performance, hardware-accelerated ray tracing, and hardware-accelerated AV1 decoding. These capabilities could be useful for gaming and high-quality video playback. But remember, A17 Pro is still a reported specification. Apple has not officially confirmed the chip for the new Apple TV. That extra performance could also make the Apple TV more capable for gaming. A stronger GPU could give developers more performance headroom for demanding Apple Arcade titles and other games that support controllers. But we should not claim that Apple is launching a specific new gaming service or game lineup with the next Apple TV, because Apple has not announced that. The safe conclusion is simply that a more powerful chip could make the Apple TV a stronger gaming device. Now we come to one of the most interesting parts, Siri and Apple Intelligence. Apple officially introduced its next-generation Siri AI in June 2026. Apple says the new Siri is more capable and conversational, with features including personal context understanding, broader knowledge, on-screen awareness, and system-wide capabilities across supported Apple platforms. These features are being prepared for Apple's upcoming software releases. Reports indicate that the new Apple TV is being held for this newer Siri experience, and that the device could launch around the time these new Siri capabilities arrive. However, we need to be very precise here. Apple has officially announced the new Siri AI, but it has not officially announced exactly which Siri AI features will be available on the new Apple TV 4K. So we will not present a specific Apple TV AI feature as confirmed. The reported connection between the new Apple TV and Siri is important because it could give the device a much bigger role in the home. Instead of being mainly a streaming box, a more powerful Apple TV could become a more capable interface for entertainment and smart home control. But again, the exact Apple TV experience will only be known when Apple officially announces the product. Next is wireless connectivity. Reports say the new Apple TV 4K could use Apple's N1 networking chip. This chip is reportedly linked to support for Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and Thread. If accurate, that would give the next Apple TV a significant connectivity upgrade. Wi-Fi 7 could provide faster and more efficient wireless communication with compatible routers, while Bluetooth 6 could improve connections with accessories, such as controllers and other devices. Thread support could also strengthen the Apple TV's role in a smart home, where it can work with compatible Matter and Thread devices. These are all reported specifications, however, and Apple has not officially confirmed them for the new Apple TV. This brings us to the smart home side of the story. If the N1 chip and Thread support arrive as reported, the Apple TV could become an even more useful part of Apple's connected home ecosystem. Your television, smart home accessories, lights, sensors, and other compatible devices could work together through the ecosystem. The exact capabilities are still unknown, but the reported networking upgrades point toward a more connected Apple TV. Now let's talk about the Siri Remote. Reports suggest Apple may introduce an updated Siri Remote alongside the new Apple TV 4K. However, the details are extremely limited. We do not have enough reliable information to say exactly what Apple will change, so we will not invent features or claim that a specific new function is confirmed. For now, the safest statement is simply that an updated remote has been reported as a possibility. What about the design? This is actually one of the clearest parts of the current reporting. The next Apple TV is expected to keep the familiar compact shape and black exterior, with no major change to its size or overall design. So if you are expecting a completely redesigned Apple TV box, the current reports do not support that idea. Instead, the focus appears to be on the internal hardware. That means the 2026 Apple TV could look almost identical to the current model while offering a newer processor, newer wireless technology, and potentially more advanced Siri capabilities. Of course, until Apple reveals the final hardware, even these details should still be treated as reported information rather than official specifications. Now let's look at the expected release timing. Apple has not announced an official release date for the new Apple TV 4K. However, the latest reporting says the new Apple TV and other home products are expected to launch this fall, with September or October being the likely window. The timing is reportedly connected to Apple's next-generation Siri and its upcoming software releases. But there is still no exact date that Apple has officially confirmed. And then there is the price. This is another area where we need to be careful. There is currently no officially confirmed launch price for the 2026 Apple TV 4K. Earlier reports discussed the possibility of a lower price, but more recent reporting has suggested that a price drop may be unlikely. So we should not put a specific dollar amount in the video and call it confirmed. The final price remains unknown until Apple announces it. So, what can we confidently say right now? The next Apple TV 4K is reportedly coming in 2026. The strongest reports point toward an A17 Pro chip, Apple's N1 networking chip, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and Thread. A new Siri Remote has also been reported as a possibility. The exterior design is expected to remain very similar to the current Apple TV, and the launch is currently expected sometime in fall 2026, potentially around September or October. But none of those rumored hardware specifications should be described as officially confirmed until Apple announces them. Apple has officially announced its next-generation Siri AI, and that makes the upcoming Apple TV especially interesting. But the exact Siri AI features that will appear on Apple TV are still unknown. So the real story behind the 2026 Apple TV 4K may not be a dramatic new design. It could be about what Apple puts inside the same compact box: more processing power, better wireless connectivity, stronger gaming potential, and a potentially smarter role in the Apple smart home ecosystem. And if the latest reports are accurate, we may not have to wait much longer. Apple is reportedly preparing the new Apple TV for a fall launch, but the final specifications, exact release date, and price will only become official when Apple makes the announcement. Until then, everything we have discussed should be understood exactly for what it is: a combination of officially announced Apple technology and the latest credible reports about the upcoming Apple TV 4K, not a confirmed Apple product announcement. So now the big question is simple. If Apple keeps the familiar design but upgrades the processor, connectivity, and Siri experience, could this become the biggest Apple TV upgrade in years?